The Homa Bay Governor Gladys Wanga has now accepted to work with Rigathi Gachagua. This after the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua advised the ODM party led by Oburu Ginga and the chairperson Gladys Wanga to be so keen while signing a partnership deal with the President of Kenya, William Ruto, telling them that he has a plan to con them and also change the ODM party into a village party. I know some of you will say these are my words, but I want to roll out a clip whereby Rigathi Gachagua was calling on Gladys Wanga to be so keen on the same. Here is the tip.
I have been telling these ODM characters to be careful and to listen from us from the mountain of William Ruto. He has destroyed ODM and you're destroyed completely. He wants ODM to be a low party. They have now beaten up Osose, and he has made arrangements for Sifuna, Edwin Sifuna, to be removed as Secretary General of ODM Tuesday. Effective of what will happen once the lawyers are chased from ODM, the ODM will remain a lower party. He has gone further. He has organized with Raymond Omora to sponsor candidates in the whole of Nyanza against ODM. They will be sponsored on UDA. They are being funded by the state and they will be backed up by courts. I want to tell ODM, you will have no seats in Nyanza. William Ruto has already worked with the...
So basically here, Rigathi Gachagua was telling ODM party led by Gladys Wanga as the chairperson to be very keen that before they sign an agreement with the UDA or William Ruto, they make sure that William Ruto has accepted and also made a deal with them that there will be zoning such that William Ruto does not succeed in making ODM party a Luo party or a village party. According to Gashagua, the attack of the Vihiga Senator Godfrey Ososi, it is a clear indication that William Ruto wants to send away the Luhya nation, the Luhya leaders and Luhya people from ODM party so that he can be able to reduce the ODM party into a village party comprising of only Luos and no any other tribe. The allegations were so deep and told the ODM party that William Ruto has a plan to field candidates or rather UDA candidates in the Luo nation, and he is not going to heed into the calls from the ODM led by Gladys Wanga and those of same objective, the likes of MP Kaluma, the likes of Olekina, the Senator Narok, who have been calling the president to make sure their strongholds remain strong such that the UDA should not field any UDA candidate. However, Rigathi Gachagua served Gladys Wanga the hot and bad news that William Ruto has a plan, a secret plan, and he wants to use Raymond Omolo, who is now the PS internal security, to field candidates, UDA candidates all over Nyanza region, including the Luo nation. The aim is to make sure that ODM does not get enough number of seats in parliament. And by doing so, according to Gashagua, PS Omolo is going to facilitate all the candidates who will be vying from, or rather using UDA ticket, and they will be funded so wholesomely that they will mount a very nice campaign, and it will help them secure seats in Luo Nyanza. In fact, Gashagua told Gladys Wanga that the chances of ODM getting the lesser number of votes, number of members of parliament in the coming election is very high. The chances are very high. In fact, even small parties may defeat the once strong party ODM in the number of members of parliament. And Gladys Wanga now noticing that whatever Rigathi Gachagua was saying is true. Now she has retaliated and she is now following what Rigathi Gachagua told her. She has been calling on William Ruto to make sure the conditions they have set they are met before they sign any agreement deal with ODM. Yesterday, while addressing a crowd, Gladys Wanga together with the Kaluma, MP Kaluma, they warned President William Ruto. In fact, the first thing they said that defending ODM party is their #1 agenda, and that remains. In fact, it doesn't matter whether they are going to enter into a partnership deal. It doesn't matter whether they are going to secure their seats, but the #1 objective they have right now is to defend ODM. And therefore, defending ODM, it means they are forcing William Ruto into signing a deal, a partnership deal, where they will be zoning such that the UDA party should not field any candidate in the larger Nyanza region. You know, Nyanza region has been the strongest, the strongest region for ODM, the strongest base for ODM for decades. For the 2 decades right now, ODM has been dominant in Luo Nyanza. Therefore, they have been asking William Ruto not to field any candidate, you know, despite the fact that Rigathi Gachagua had told them and had given them a secret plan, a secret plan by William Ruto to fill the candidates. Now they are so keen into it, and they are following Gashagua's statements by insisting that there should be zoning. If there's no zoning, then William Ruto and his UDA party should take the highway. And that they mean that they won't enter into any partnership deal unless they are defending the ODM party. There will be zoning, and the UDA will never field candidates in the Luo Nyanza. I want you to listen to this video.
We'll protect our party. Defending our party comes #1 before anything else. Defending our party comes #1 before anything else. That our parliamentary strength is not reduced even by an inch. But we must first have respect for our party. Hiyo vitu ingine itafuata baada. Kwa sababu bila chama na bila kura na bila wananchi hakuna mahali tunaweza tembea tukienda. Na ngojo turwa. The party will hold free and fair nomination and give every person who is in running an equal opportunity. And the people who will choose those who will run on ODM tickets are the people.
Therefore, Gladys Wanga, working with Rigathi Gachagua, or rather walking in the path that Rigathi Gachagua had shown her. Now she has 2 conditions for William Ruto, and that the other one that I have spoken is the first condition, whereby they will be zoning in Nyanza. Number 2, Gladys Wanga has given William Ruto, let me say the ODM Linda ground led by Oburu Oginga. They are now giving William Ruto another condition, that there should be a 50-50 deal, such that if the president comes from UDA, the deputy president comes from ODM. You remember Oburu Odinga equally said the same things. You know, there is a time where Oburu Odinga said that they are not eyeing the deputy president position. I think he was reprimanded by some of the ODM members. Later on in Mombasa, he was saying that they are after power, and therefore that position, the deputy president position, is what they are eyeing most.
Watu wengine wali misinterpret. Walisema ati mimi nilisema ati sisi hatutaki kiti cha deputy president. Hiyo kiti ya deputy president ndio tunalenga sana. Hiyo ndio tunalenga.
It tells you that is the second condition they've set, that it is a 50-50 deal or there is nothing. That is according to Gladys Wanga and her party. But there are points of concern that I want us to look into. If you were the president and you wanted to enter into a partnership deal with ODM, would you allow to give them the conditions, given that number one, ODM now has 4 factions. ODM has split into 4 factions. We have the Linda Mwananchi that is led by Edwin Sifuna and a myriad of members of parliament. We have the Linda Ground that is now led by Oburu Oginga, the likes of Gladys Wanga, Kaluma, the likes of Olekina Ledama, the Senator Narok County. We also have another faction that is coming up rapidly that is led by Simba Arati. Yesterday we saw him saying that the ODM does not deserve the deputy party position, and therefore he was suggesting that Kithure Kindiki should take another term with President William Ruto. That is another faction.
Kindiki lazima akae nyuma ya rais ndiposa apate tamu mbili. Hebu nione kama mko na, kama wewe roho yako ni chafu, weka tu chini. Wale wenye roho safi ambao wanasema hawezi danganya, nione kama mnapea sisi tamu mbili. Hebu tingiza namna hii. Your Excellency, asante sana, karibu Kisii.
And the third, or rather the fourth and last faction in ODM is the faction that comprises the leaders who don't know what to do. They are just there. They don't give their views. They don't choose any part. They are just there. They don't know what to do. They don't know whether to quit ODM. They don't know what. They are just there. That is another faction. Now, given that we have 4 factions within ODM, it means ODM is as far as is kind of useless to William Ruto, because they cannot bring in the number of votes the William Ruto wants from Luo Nyanza and the larger Nyanza region. I don't know, if you were the president, would you heed to their demands and give them, sign a deal by providing or rather allowing the conditions they're asking for? Even that now ODM is split, Edwin Sifuna has gone with some of the members of ODM. Oburu Oginga has remained with some. Simba Arati equally will go with some. What do you think? Will William Ruto give them what they want, especially the deputy party position? Remember, in as much as William Ruto may want to give them the deputy party position, the Mount Kenya region has shifted their loyalty from him. And in as much as he has Kithure Kindiki, in as much as equally the region has shifted, it has a great impact in the Mount Kenya region. I don't know what you think, but write your comment down there in the comment section. And if you are new here, kindly consider subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. Equally, hit the notification bell as a way maybe you will be able to get notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.